Patrick, former President Donald Trump left the building just a few minutes ago after arriving within the past hour. Members of Wisconsin's delegation honestly describing it as an emotional moment. As you can see some of the video, former President Donald Trump walking in. A group of supporters and delegates were able to be right there as he walked in. He walked up the steps, gave a fist bump to the crowd. People could see him on the big monitor and, of course, behind me sitting in the box. All this, of course, just 48 hours after the assassination attempt. The bandage you saw in his ear, this is his first public appearance here in Milwaukee inside Fiserv Forum since that assassination attempt on Saturday. Moments after, we talked with former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson, a Wisconsin delegate, about the moment. Take a listen. What was that like to see him come in just 48 hours after Saturday?
It's utterly amazing. Anybody with that stamina, that ability to go through what he did through, and then come here, and then the next day play 18 holes of golf, then fly out to Milwaukee, then show up here at the convention. It's an outstanding showing of how you really get the job done. Fight, fight, fight. Trump, Trump, Trump. That's what takes place.
Was this emotional for you to see that moment?
Oh, of course. You know, come in with your candidate, a former president and a future president, with a big bandage on his ear where 2 days ago he got shot. And he was that close to being killed, and he's here tonight without any qualms whatsoever, telling the people of Wisconsin, this country, that he's going to fight for them just like he fought for himself.
Former Governor Tommy Thompson, a member of the Wisconsin delegation. I'm going to bring you back and show you where that moment happened here on the floor. The area has now been cleared, but because of security, there was a number of Secret Service agents, a lot of Secret Service agents, actually. The rope line here where folks had to stand when former President Donald Trump came through right here and walked up those stairs. The arena quickly clearing out. This was a long day for delegates. It started at about 12:45, and here we are at 10 o'clock tonight, ending with a presidential nomination, a vice presidential nomination, and former President Donald Trump here inside the building, guys.
Members of his family were there with him tonight, as well as his vice presidential pick. Matt, thank you. Now, Trump's appearance tonight just hours after the roll call here at the convention.
His oldest sons, Eric and Donald Jr., announcing the delegate votes for Florida that helped their father clinch the GOP nominee for president.
On behalf of our entire family, and on behalf of the 125 delegates in the unbelievable state of Florida, we hereby nominate every single one of them for the greatest president that's ever lived, and that's Donald J. Trump. Hereby declaring him the Republican nominee for President of the United States of America.
Now, we've talked about how historic today has been. The other massive headline tonight, Donald Trump's VP pick now in.
His running mate announced for the first time this afternoon. Then he appeared here at Fiserv Forum.
It is therefore my honor to nominate Ohio Senator J.D. Vance for the office of Vice President of the United States of America.
Now, the 39-year-old senator from Ohio called Trump dangerous and unfit for office in 2016. In 2021, J.D. Vance reversed his opinion of Trump, and Trump endorsed Vance in his 2022 bid for U.S. Senate. Trump writing about his pick on social media, saying in part he fought so brilliantly for the American workers and farmers in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond.